Welcome, everyone. If you hang on for a second, I got my son over here. He's basically getting this set up. This is kind of new, our podcast, but it's coming together real nice. But I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to have somebody like him who can walk me through some of this.
They'll come through on this side down here.
Okay, cool. Comment mode right there.
Yeah. So
All right, nice.
let's ask somebody to comment.
Put your head in there and say hi, son.
What's up, everybody?
All right.
How you guys doing?
Welcome to our new type of podcast. Even though I have a serious discussion tonight.
Oh, yes, it does
There you
work.
go.
All right.
Got it right there. Okay, cool. There we go. Let's go. Hear you loud and clear. Good. Appreciate that, Craig. We're wondering how the mic sounds.
It says "Let's go"? Is that the Brandon icon?
Ouch. Somebody got that in our group. Did you see that? They have it as a name. Looking good, fellas. Thanks. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm here loud and clear. All of them are saying so. That's great.
All right, cool.
Rob and crew, exactly. We've been working like an animal, but we got a really important subject to talk about. We're going to wait for a few more people to come in here. If you be patient with us, my son is doing some of the last minute adjustments on the microphones and the video, and we'll start in about a minute or so.
Big up here.
So appreciate everything. There's the amount of people there. So
yep.
Wow, it's growing fast. Okay, cool.
All right. Hoodcast. Yeah, Johnny, we need to have you on the Hoodcast here.
And Matthew Terry, we need to bring Matthew Terry in here, and Keith also, you know.
Yeah,
no doubt. Several of these people we need to bring in here.
You scroll up to see yourself.
Okay, all right.
And then you scroll down here to see the messages.
Okay, maybe a little bit of both is fine. That works.
All right.
Cool.
Rock and roll, you guys. You guys take care.
Thank you, son. I appreciate you getting me set up there. How long you need to wait, son, to get started? Maybe another 30 seconds to a minute?
Yeah, 30 seconds fine.
Okay, all right. Let's see here. Do I have pants? Johnny said I have pants on. Yeah, I got pants on, brother. You want to see him? Can you see him there? You better just prove that, you know.
All right, have a good night.
All right, son. Love you too. Have a great night. So I'm going to get started here in about 30 seconds. So hang tight. Appreciate everybody coming in. And appreciate all the greetings there a lot. And I have a very serious subject I want to talk about. And I'd like to get everybody's perspective on it also. So thanks for joining me. And hopefully you got this announcement and you were able to push the button and come right on it and on it too. So there's no beer tonight. I'm drinking my Rebel drink. Basically it has, what is it, the reishi mushroom. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I usually only drink on the weekends. I'm kind of more of a social drinker than a regular drinker. So here we are on a weekday. So basically, I'm not throwing down too much. We're starting in 15 more seconds. Thank you, everyone. And come on, more coming in here. We got a nice little group coming in. And like I said, I've got a serious subject I'm going to break down. And appreciate all the comments. I can see that. What's your secret to looking so young? Groutmaster Daily. Yeah, I guess that. And maybe, maybe my son's lighting and camera and stuff like that, Keith, that probably has a lot to do with it too. So in real life, believe me, I don't look as good. All right, so I'm going to get started here. We got about 5-10 more seconds. So let's see where we're at with the numbers. The numbers are coming in good. Yes, very good. So thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, you're probably right. There probably is a lot of people doing Christmas shopping tonight. That's why I try to do it tonight. I've given all my people off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they all just left. And that's why I set this time up. So once we got all the shipping done, I was able to come in here and go ahead and make this podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Like I said, it's a serious subject, and I think you're going to figure that out as I go on. And what I'd like to say, first of all, is I'm not an overly religious person, but I do believe in a creator, and I have read the Bible 4 times. And why do I say that? I say that because, have you ever heard the expression, handwriting on the wall? Well, the handwriting on the wall expression actually came from the Bible. And it came from the book of Daniel, I believe it was, where Belshazzar was a king. He was a very arrogant king. And he, during a feast, he disrespected the Creator in a great way. He was just so arrogant. He didn't have any respect. So when he disrespected him, a hand flew in on the wall and started writing. And when it was translated by Daniel, it ended up letting him know that his kingdom was coming to an end, his lineage was coming to an end, and his own life was coming to end that night. And I believe it was the Medes and the Persians. I didn't look this up. You feel free to look it up. They came in and they destroyed the city at that time, took his life, and everything that was prophesied was there. So why do I say that about the handwriting on the wall? The reason I say that is because the handwriting is on the wall about what's going on in our industry and every industry. And I'm going to show you a couple of emails here that I've gotten, actually several of them. I'm just going to a couple of highlights from a few of them. And it's going to show you where we're at. We're kind of at a critical time in our industry. And I'm going to bring this out to you. We're also in a critical time in our own country. So let's go ahead and break it down a little bit. All right. Here's some different emails that I've gotten from different suppliers and stuff. Flash cuffs are on a boat for the past 2 months in Long Beach port. Some cuffs are on back order in the California port and might not even get here till after January. CRB brushes that we ordered in October, they were caught in a fire sitting out there on the ship. And they had to push some things over, and guess what? Our brushes were on there, right? Bonzer has, Rotovac has many things in stock, but they're out of boxes. Uline and different companies who sell boxes and stuff, and they're putting people on allotment, and you can only get in certain amounts. That's just one company, but there's several companies out there. They're probably the most expensive one, right? There's deliveries that are stuck in Chicago. Sorry to let you know, truck mount forms, but this is stuck in Chicago, and it's going to be several weeks, and we cannot give you an ETA before you can get it. Truck mounts. Some truck mounts are out 6 months and a year. Our truck mounts are about 4 to 8 weeks behind, and that's actually pretty doggone good considering what's going on in the situation right now. Stainless steel has skyrocketed. As of November 30th through September and in November 30th, we're going to have a 5% and a 7% surcharge increase on all truck mounts. December 1st and on further notice, we'll have a 10% surcharge on all truck mounts and all truck mount materials. It's crazy what's going on here right now. Please note our current surcharge of 9.8% on raw materials. Okay, some raw materials have doubled and tripled in prices. We can hold it for a little while, but come the beginning of next year, some of the prices on our raw ingredients and solvents and things of that nature and surfactants will be going up a good 25 to 50%. That's ridiculous. Many sellers expect a record holiday season despite the added complexities due to a continued global pandemic. There's energy shortages and shipping delays. Due to that fact, we cannot give you any dedicated times for ETAs of your supplies. This is crazy, isn't it, what's going on right now? The supply chain is so damaged. And I'm going to read just a couple more here. Please keep in mind, since there is a global shortage of these raw materials, our inventory may sell out quickly. And these are just different emails that we're receiving on a consistent basis. I just went in here and sat here and went ahead and laid them out for you guys in an order here. By the way, if the sound doesn't match the video exactly, it's going to be on YouTube also. So keep that in mind. And yeah, I'm seeing some of your comments, and I will address those in a minute. Here's another one. Many companies and suppliers and manufacturers have shut down their doors due to supply chain and employee shortages from the pandemic. Here's another one. We're having a global pandemic. Please bear with us for supply chain challenges. We're having labor shortages, and we're having major inflation. And aren't we having major inflation? It's craziness, right? If anybody else could let me know about my sound, I'd appreciate it. Here's another one. We will introduce a tiered rate structure for long-term storage fees, which will be applied as a surcharge on top of monthly storage fees and include a storage fee for inventory between 270 days and 365 days. They're charging us storage fees for things that are sitting inside of their warehouses that they can't move, or they're sitting on ships. All right, so also here's another thing too. I thought this was interesting. Hold on one second. Let's see. Everybody else is saying it sounds good, so I appreciate that. Maybe just in some places, in other states or other countries, it might not be as backed up. The sound, that is, okay? And your supplies. So what exactly do I mean? Well, what I want to get to the point is, Michael, is that for my own 5-truck company, even though I'm a supplier, even though I have a lot of stock, I went out and I rented a 10 by 35 storage facility, and I put enough stock in there for next year and maybe 2 years, because the handwriting on the wall is telling me this isn't going to get better. They're saying from the top on down, we're going to have a dark winter. So more than likely, if it keeps clogging up, it's just going to get worse. Inflation is going to go higher, price is going to go higher, and then there's going to be some additional taxes to start January 1st. So my point is I would take the time and stock up, guys. Whether you go with us, wherever you buy your stuff, buy your equipment now, because you're going to be paying a whole lot more taxes next year on the equipment. You get the tax write-off right now, and store up. You know, there's another time in the good book where there were food shortages. Remember the ant, right? The ant went while the grasshopper played. And let's face it, we've all played a little bit because we've all done so well the last 4 or 5 years. But everything is so cyclical in our industry, in the whole world, right? In the 40 years I've been in business, we've been through several recessions. I remember when the bubble popped in 2008, right? And I remember the Gulf oil crisis and stuff like that. The people who made it through are the ones who hunkered down, who were careful not to overspend, but prepared for the future. The good thing about our industry and our profession is people will clean their carpets. They will clean their tile. They'll clean their upholstery. They'll take care of their fine furnishings instead of replacing them. So that keeps us really busy, and that's good. And like anything else, the people who are doing bad work and stuff like that, there's a good shaking of the industry, or a sifting, or a refining. So the bait and switchers and the poor quality companies, they fall by the wayside. The people who prepare for the future by storing up some extra chemistry, getting their tools right, getting their equipment right, doing all these things, those are the people who survive these situations and the ones who are doing the great consistent work. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring to the forefront is that I wanted you to understand what I'm hearing every day by emails or phone calls from suppliers, from raw material suppliers and manufacturers and distributors. It's just crazy what's going on right now, and it's not getting better, it's getting worse, unfortunately. So hang tight in there. Somebody's asked me, can I provide the shelf life for our products? Most of our products have a 1 to 3 year shelf life on it. The liquids are generally around 6 months to a year, depending on what you get. But even then, you're only losing about 10% of it after a year. So think about that. That's not much. So something like Unchained, for instance. But our powders have like a 2 to 3, 4, or 5 year shelf life on them sometimes. So I just thought that was a serious announcement. I thought it'd be a good thing to bring up in this podcast to get my feet wet and to understand how all this works. My son's got a couple different cameras going on here. He set up the podcast area. And I did a live video a couple days ago talking about our 3 new things, and one of them was the podcast area here. So here, I'm going to do this every single week. I haven't decided totally on a time, but let's see. I look at other trades here in Australia. Friends, electricians and plumbers keep and they increase their prices. That's another thing too. Hold your prices, guys. Hold your prices. You may even have to raise your prices. We're trying to hold our prices, but you're going to have to raise your prices because inflation is going up and up and up. I went and pumped gas the other day, and I paid double on my diesel truck to what I was paying last year or a year or two before that. So if you add that up over all your vehicles, my wife said our gasoline bill, we have 5 trucks, we get it every single month, it's doubled, maybe close to tripled. I don't know. She keeps up with it. I handle none of the finances. I only hear a little bit of feedback from her. But she said, Rob, it's amazing how fast it's gone up in such a short period of time. So be prepared. Have some money set aside, have some chemistry set aside especially, and have your tools and your equipment all working properly. I think that's really important because the handwriting is on the wall. And the people who are arrogant, like that king we were talking about, Belshazzar, he didn't learn his lesson. So we want to learn from history because history repeats itself. Whether it's through the Bible, whether it's through real life, it's constantly repeating itself. And right now, though I am apolitical, never voted in my life, there is a huge power struggle going on right now throughout the whole world. And it's coming to our country also. And so through that power struggle, it's like I tell my son, in life, the big dogs eat first, right? So the big dogs, and then what trickles down, we basically get the crumbs. Now you can get in there and you can fight with the big dogs. Social media and some of these organizations and stuff like that with the big acronyms, I won't mention them. But a lot of those places, they're trillion-dollar businesses. So you're going to get in there and fight, all they're going to do is cancel you or cause you problems. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. Whatever you do is your own personal opinion, and whatever you do can maybe make a difference. But that's totally up to you. All right? So the point is I've been through a couple of recessions. I've been through the ups and downs in this industry. I've always said the carpet cleaning industry, or tile and grout and stone, whatever you want to call it, it's like a roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. The key is, while it's up, is to store up for the low times. It's that simple. Store up some extra chemistry. Store up some extra equipment. Have a backup for everything. Have some backup funds. Have a backup plan. That's my wife. She has a big backup plan all the time, and it's really helpful to have that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of questions and any comments if anybody wants to get into it. I'm going to try to keep these at 30 minutes or less. I think that's the easiest way to do it. We're near 20 minutes right now. So I hope you understand the message I'm trying to bring forth. Because I've got my finger on the pulse of the industry, I talk to people all around the planet. I mean, from Australia, Austria, New Zealand, the UK, China, Japan, Mexico, South America. I'm talking to people all over the place all the time. And in some places, it's pretty doggone ruthless. I mean, between these mandates and these shutdowns and lockdowns, it's almost like there is an assault on small business and civilian rights, But that's how life goes, and that's how kingdoms go. If you ever watch Game of Thrones, I'm not recommending that. I may or may not have seen it. But everybody just has this lust for power and greed. And there's a lot of fallout from it. And what happens is like a pendulum that swings. It goes from one side to the other side. And what I try to do is guide my business and my family and my legacy away from that pendulum. Because that pendulum can cut you and kill you. All right? So it's going to go up and down. It's going to swing back and forth. Just keep your eye on the pendulum. You take your eye off the pendulum, it can smash you. Smash your business. Smash your life. Smash your legacy. Don't let it happen. And there's another key thing, too, that somebody brought up in here. And that's why I've always been big on diversification. We don't just clean carpets. We clean carpets. We protect the carpets. We take care of pet stains. And then on top of it, we do upholstery. We do delicate materials. We do rugs. We do VCT. We do LVP, LVT. Tile. We do stone polishing. We do hardwood floors. You see, if you branch yourself out, I also do pest control too. I find by branching myself out, when one thing is down, another thing is up. However, the key is, and this is so important, this is critical, extremely critical, make sure you know whatever craft or whatever trade you add thoroughly so you can match the quality of what you're already offering. If you're offering carpet cleaning right now, you should be able to offer tile and grout cleaning at the same level. But if you don't, this customer here is going to lose appreciation for you. If you're going to be doing stone polishing, make sure you're offering it at the same level. All right? And if you're going to do the rug cleaning, same thing. And fortunately, we have our online classes at tmfacademy.com or tmfshop.net. You can go there, and they're right there. And somebody's bringing up here, hard surface cleaning is now huge, especially in the warmer states like California, Florida, Arizona. Those are big areas right there for not just cleaning, but sealing. You can be doing showers. You can be doing countertops. You could be doing polishing, grinding, honing, anything you want to. The training's out there. And by the way, at our new location here, I'm going to be setting up all kinds of training going on. We've done a soft launch, but we're going to be doing a hard launch starting around April or so in spring or mid-spring, depending on what these crazy people do, right? But I'm going to set it up where people are going to come in here. We're going to have, cleaning classes. Oh, another thing too, don't forget VLM. And I just did a VLM video on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, and you'll get that. So it's all about being prepared. We know that the world is cyclical. We know that things go up and down. And so we have nobody to blame if we're not prepared. So please, my warning to everybody is be prepared. We've had a great few years, and hopefully everybody's put some money away. Hopefully you built up some stock. And if you haven't built some stock up, you got till January 1st, get that write-off. Buy a machine. Buy some tools. I don't care whether you buy it from me or not. Prefer you to buy it from me. I ain't going to lie. But buy you some chemistry. Stock it up and be ready to go. Here I am, a supplier and distributor. And we've grown from a small company to now we're just supplying all around the world. I still got a storage for my own company and put it to the side. So I make sure I don't sell it and I don't deplete my own reserves. So if I'm worried about depleting my reserves, how much more so should you not deplete your reserves? So, whew, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Okay, we got about 6 more minutes to talk. I'm going to go back and look through some of these comments. If you don't have cash flow, diversify. There you go, Peter. Exactly, right? So important. A motel told me they can't get mattresses now and have a budget for me to clean a handful every week. Hey, cool. I like that, Stephen. That's good. Oh, you know what? That creates a lot of opportunities, right? Because if people can't get things, they have to clean things. I like that. Very good. Some of these supply chain issues are just really ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Hey, I forgot about that. Good point, Matthew Terry. Duct cleaning. That's another good thing to add. You don't have to start large. Start small and offer it in residential in small amounts. That's what we did when we started duct cleaning. Let's see. IRS hired 100,000 new auditors. Have they hired them, or was that going to be in the next bill? Yeah, and everybody's going to be audited. So you know what? My wife, I'm fortunate to have a wife like I do because she worked for an accountant, and she's almost an accountant. She just doesn't have, the legal credentials. So we still have our own CPA and a lawyer, and I always recommend for every business person to have a good lawyer and a good accountant. That's so important to have. But anyway, we do everything by the book. So if your books aren't clean, go in and get your books clean. Okay? Because Craig has a great point here. The IRS is hiring tens of thousands of new people, and they're going to be auditing people. And you need to be ready. You need to be prepared for an audit. So get your record straight. If you don't have a CPA or you're behind, get it caught up. Good point, Craig. Appreciate that. Thank you. Michael Raylan, Jesus will raise you up. I agree with that, brother. I can't knock that whatsoever. Even Jesus said, who's going to build a tower, right? And then get it prepared. Let's see. During recessions, we have the advantage over the big dogs. Yes, that's a good point, Matthew Terry. We really do, because people like doing business with people. They'd rather support the local people than the big franchises. I like that. We can't back off these issues. We need to stand up for our constitutional rights. Well, there's different ways to stand up for your rights than having to go out and burn places down and stuff like that. I don't want to go there too much. I want to be very careful, all right? But we should be doing or keeping our eyes open to what's going on around the world. I'll go with you on that, pal. All right, let's go and see what else we got going on here. Bear with me. I'm scrolling down. Check out some more of the comments. Rob, you give your customers great products and great service, and they stay with you. I appreciate that. Yeah, now how important is it to have great service? My brother Keith today was working with me. He said, Rob, maybe you give a little too good a service. I said, Keith, how can you give too good a service? Could Michael Jordan be too good? You got a laugh out of that, Speaking of a laugh, let me show you something my brother said. I thought this was really hilarious right here. When we have a hardwood cleaning on TMF Academy, we're working on that, just so you know. Check this out. Bear with me as I reach over and grab these items here. This was kind of humorous and kind of sad at the same time. Well, in here in my new location, this is a standard size of BioPro, right? What is it, 8 pounds? This is a standard size of BioPro. We have a display set up here in a new shop, and you notice about half the size, right? And we're making these little displays. My brother Keith comes in and sees it for the first time, and he says, hey, Rob, what is this, the Biden Pro 5K? Oh, that was ruthless, because half the size. He was, referencing the inflation that's going on right now. So kind of got a kick out of that, but it's also sad at the same time because, If you're going to the grocery store, you're going to the store, retail stores, or you're going to your convenience stores or to gas stations, you can see that inflation just popping hard, right? My wife comes back and says, can you believe how much I'm paying for this and that and that? So inflation is upon us. And I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I'm not a pessimist, but I don't want to be just a bright-eyed optimist. Instead, I'd rather be a realist. I like to look at things and make educated decisions based upon that. Matthew, Terry says, get your books right. It's too easy. There's so many legal write-offs to take advantage. Ain't that the truth? I mean, come on. There's so many good write-offs. If you got a good accountant, he's going to help you get through those. And we have a great accountant. We still pay a lot of taxes, unfortunately, though. Let's see. Peter's got here. We're the most expensive service in my area, and we just picked up boatload of new customers and agencies let down by the cheap services. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. They're breaking records in the last 2 months. And we're doing pretty good ourselves, too. Good point. Because, you know, I've always said, Peter, when these other companies drop the ball, we got to pick that ball up and run for the touchdown, baby. That's what I do every single time. Just run for that touchdown. All right. Still got a good amount of questions here, so be patient with me here. Merry Christmas, Rob and family, and all Carpet Pro cleaners. That's from Roberto Rodriguez Perez. That's a really nice guy. Season's greetings to everybody, my friends. I appreciate that. Thank you. Your brothers are a trip. Yes, they are, Christopher. Christopher's met all my brothers. A lot of people don't know it. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters, and most of them have worked for me. Let's see. Tracy Hendricks, I'm glad you did this. I'm going to have to stock up on Unchained. I just started my business. Hey, won't hurt my feelings none. Yeah, but it's a great idea. It's a good idea to have it on hand. Hey, Rob, what's your best towel and cleaning product? We have 2 products, but Grout Master is definitely our premier product. Look that up on YouTube. You can look at it. I've got several videos on Grout Master. But generally, think about this, Wave, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Juve. Wave? I don't know how to say that. I apologize. Maybe the J is silent. Uve. Giving it my best shot, okay? My daughter-in-law is Spanish, so I'll have to ask her. She's from Mexico. Anyway, generally with Grout Master, all you have to do, mix it up. It's usually just 1 scoop, which is 2 ounces to a gallon of hot water. And when I say hot water, just hot water from the tap, not from your truck mount, because you don't want to separate. It's 3 products in one. You spray it down on the towel and grout. I generally like to just go ahead and spray the grout lines first in a stream. Spray over the whole thing. Wait 10 minutes, hit it with a spinner, and it'll look brand new. However, I like to do the dog and pony show. I like to go ahead and bring in a CRB so I can show the customer I'm doing something that's just a little bit different. You know what I mean? So I separate myself from the competitors and make her feel like she's getting something for the money, because I'm generally at $1 to $2 a square foot. Okay? Oh, yeah, Barry, good point. Barry Gollum brings out insurance rates have gone up 35%. My wife was shopping insurance yesterday, and she found somebody with, with less prices. But, yeah, it's really gone up quite a bit. Quite a bit. You can kind of pit some of these insurance companies against each other, so that is helpful. Good to see y'all are glad and in great spirits. Yeah, thanks, Christopher. You too, my friend. We're really working hard with Keith. Let's go, Brandon Pre-Spray. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, all right, that's funny right there. Michael Hampton, he's killing it. Good for you, Michael. I'm happy for you, man. And I mean that, seriously. Keep on going. Right here in Hampton Roads, too, so that's good. And, you know, some people say, well, Rob, how do you feel about your competitors and stuff like that? So, you know what? I like my competitors, most of them. You know, I like building strategic partnerships with them. Because my brother Keith said something very profound. And I don't you guys know he has stage 4 lung cancer. And he said, Rob, don't worry about it. God made plenty of dirt go around for everybody. And after that point, I never, ever worried about a competitor ever again. Ever. He's right. Everybody, if you're doing good, honest work, treating people honest and fair, you're going to get your 3 R's, the repeats, the reviews, and the referrals. And you don't have to really sweat out the small stuff, okay? All right. Grout Master is simply the best. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. A lot of people are saying that. Appreciate that again. Listen, we got something here. Carlos Gomez. Carlos is in my area. With so many jobs, money, and opportunities. Let me get this here. With so many jobs, money, and opportunities saturating our economy, I don't see inflation going down anytime soon. I suggest cashing in on the money grab before it's too late. That's a good point. I'm with you on that before it slows down. Hey, hopefully, I remember the last administration, we had the best years we've ever had, right? So I saved my money during those times. I invested my money back into my companies by buying a building and getting set up and stocking it all up. I didn't waste that money. I could have went out and bought fancy sports cars and all kinds of things. Instead, I just invested. And he's right. Carlos is right. Even during this next administration, I'm not a fan of this administration, but regardless, it's still popping right now. And you can raise your prices. You can ride with this inflation. You can still put some money away. So that's a good point, Carlos. I appreciate that. Jennifer Francis, seasons. Greetings, Rob. The dad is doing well in North Cali. Good for you, Jenner. Hey, man, I always enjoy your posts, dude. You're a funny guy. How is Keith feeling, Matt Howard? He's actually doing good because he went to his doctors today, and they said he's making a lot of good progress. He has done the number one thing you can do when you have cancer is be positive and do a lifestyle change. And Keith completely quit smoking. He moved to a plant-based diet. I've been helping him with this. I've got him on green smoothies. I'm making green smoothies for him every day. I'm making ABC drinks, which is a vegetable and fruit drinks. We're trying to get him on some other things, which I don't want to mention here. And I've also got him on intermittent fasting, and got him off of sugar, got him off of Cokes, got him off of fast food, and he's mostly on a plant-based diet. So his doctor's really surprised at the remarkable progress that he's making, and I believe it's a conglomeration of all those things that are taking place, along with his positive attitude, that's making a huge difference for him. So, hey, and thanks for asking, Matt. That's very kind of you. Okay. Rona says, "Thank you for helping my business out. Merry Christmas and thank you and love you. I love all your products." Thank you, Rona. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. And the absolute best to you and your family also. Walter, great products, Rob. Thank you. I appreciate that. The good news, Jerry said, a Savior was born. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Let's see. Peter Martin says, "Stop drinking, get healthy, and feel..." Oh, that's another thing too, Peter. I've got him on drinking drinks like this with the reishi mushrooms in them. So that's really helpful too. So anything you can do to better your health is going to increase your ability to do more in your business, to give your family more, to give them, and longevity. So keep yourself in shape. Even though I like to act like it could be the worst case scenario. So to do that, I try to exercise. I try to eat correctly. I also do intermittent fasting. Everything I'm asking my brother to do, I'm doing myself. Except maybe I might indulge in a little bit more sugar than my brother does. I will admit that I do. Nothing can stop my $100 special. Johnny, you're a funny dude, man. No doubt about it. When can we expect an Unchained cherry bomb scent? Stefan, I'll work on that. It's a lot more work to bring a product to market than most people think. So keep that in mind. Peter says, "Nothing destroys business faster than arrogance and alcohol." True that, brother. Now, the good book says there's nothing wrong with alcohol. It says that it was made for the heart of man to rejoice. Hey, great. But it does condemn drunkenness. So like everything else, it's a balance. That's me. But an overabundance of it can definitely get you in trouble. Sugar is the enemy when it comes to cancer. Yeah, I'm definitely learning that. And my brother Keith has really gotten the sense of it. All right, guys. Well, we just crossed 30 minutes. I got about 30, maybe one more minute left because I did wait a couple minutes when my son got us set up. I want to thank everyone for their support of us. Remember, I'll say this until the day I die. I'm a big believer in the law of reciprocity. I believe if I help you become successful, you'll help me become successful. So watch out for our podcast. Watch out for our training class. Watch out for some new videos. We brought on a new video person. We've got a lot going on right now. So it's all to help you improve your business. So help it improve our business. And I'm a living testimony to it because we built quite a nice little situation here. And we couldn't have done it without everyone here. So I'm truly appreciative of it. If you haven't, yes, I did say VLM, not BLM. VLM, very low moisture. Okay? That's what I said. So I just want to clarify that. Thank you for bringing that up. I owe you a phone call, Michael Wagner. Michael, message me from my cell and you call me directly so I don't forget because sometimes I get a lot of stuff going on here. We'll buy a truck mount from you. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Well, thanks, everyone. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go there and do that. This video will be up on YouTube if you weren't there right away. Watch out for podcasts each week, and we're going to try to get them up on Spotify, things like that. We're now on Instagram. We're also on, if you want to follow us there. Of course, we have our Facebook, Truck Mount Farms Cleaning Professionals. We have our fan page. And now we're also on TikTok. So if you'll follow all those things, we'd appreciate it. And this way, it'll increase your whole knowledge base. That's how I've increased my knowledge base. Also, don't forget our big forum, truckmountforums.com. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Please remember, the handwriting's on the wall. So now it's up to you to be prepared for your business, for your family, for your legacy. And don't get arrogant like that king and just feel like nothing's going to happen, okay? Because it cost him. It cost him his finances. It cost him his livelihood. It cost him his legacy. It cost him some of his lineage. And it cost him his own life. So keep that in mind. Absolute best to all TMFers all around the world. I'm Rob Allen with Truck Mount Forums. Have yourself a great day.